All right, so now we're going to be talking about creating versions of our characters, settings, and objects. First, what are versions? So if we open up one of our settings, but it works the same way for both characters and objects, you'll actually see the original, which is the original appearance of that setting. And this is actually an abandoned quarantine hospital. Pretty eerie. And then versions are actually different, essentially, parts of that setting. In this case, we can have different camera angles. So it can create different camera angles for us. We can create a front view, right side view, etc. We can also create different versions just based on, maybe we want it to be a different time of day. Maybe we want it to have a holiday season type feel, holiday decorations. Now, why would we create versions? Well, versions are used because we need different angles and also different variations of a setting depending on the scene and depending on the specific shots. We might want specific camera angles, specific scenes. We might want, a dark version or a night version versus a day version of a setting. The same is true for characters. You can have different versions of characters, and with this comes their wardrobe. We can have different camera angles of characters, but we can also have different wardrobes. Let's say we want to create a wardrobe for a character where they're wearing a suit. Maybe in another scene, we want them wearing beach clothes. Maybe another scene, we want them having a black eye. All these things we can create as versions, and then these different versions we can select in the storyboard. So let's create a version of this character wearing a suit. In fact, I'm going to go even fancier. We're going to create a tuxedo. So each new version costs 1 coin. And when we spend that coin, essentially we can create tons of different versions. So 1 coin per version. And we're going to see now how it does with our tuxedo. I'm very, very curious. Okay, so we can see here now it has a version. And this is our character in a tuxedo. So right now it's showing us that it's not used in the storyboard yet, but we can easily apply this to the storyboard. We're going to be diving into the storyboard next module, but to quickly show you how this will work, if I will find a shot with a different character, I can change the character in it. So I can choose a different version of that character. Likewise, I can also delete any character and add a new one at any time. New character settings or objects. We'll go over this more in the next module, but for this session, all you need to know is that each of your props or objects, settings, and characters, you can create any number of versions for, which is super exciting and essentially allows you to have different time and locations, different wardrobes for different shots and scenes.